Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Reece, and as promised today I have a pretty exciting video, which is a tour of my new rental property that I closed on with my partner on Monday. If you guys have seen a few of my videos on the channel, then you know I'm very into real estate. Real estate investing is pretty much all that I do. And I figure what better way to show you guys that I actually practice what I preach, what I talk about on this channel, than to walk you through a project that I'm currently working on. So in this video today, I'm going to be giving you a tour of the vacant side of the duplex I bought with a partner. I buy every deal that I own with a partner since I don't have a W-2 income to qualify for these loans. And I'll be filling you in on what we plan to do to the property. And then we'll also go ahead and review the numbers on the project and what we hope to make on the project. But before we go ahead and dive in today, please leave this video a like, as well as if you're new to the channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe, as I'll be bringing updates on this project and future projects to the channel, as well as chatting about real estate and other personal finance topics. Now, unfortunately, I filmed pretty much everything at the property and I was talking, but the audio was just so bad that instead today I'm going to overlay some video of the project while I talk to you guys here in the office. So the purchase price of this duplex was $160,000, and we found it off market through a friend at my brokerage. And we actually found it when the seller was working his way through renovations, and we made an offer on it before he finished to get a good deal on it and to be able to continue the renovations the way we wanted instead of relying on him completing them correctly and doing quality work. We've budgeted $35,000, maybe up to $40,000 on the renovation, with about $10,000 going on one side, around $30,000 going on the other, and just miscellaneous budget on the external of the property. So the first two living areas of the rental property on the vacant side are pretty much wrapped up. They don't need much work. We'll go ahead and paint the brick of the fireplace white, as well as change out the tile on the hearth. And then just go ahead and clean it up a little bit, replace the window blinds, replace the thermostat, things like that. Nothing too much in the front two rooms. Now, as we work our way back to the kitchen area, you can see that the seller had already started renovations. We told him to go ahead and stop, as I don't like to rely on other people to complete the renovations. I just know if we offer them a price, they're going to start cutting corners to save money. So he went ahead and stopped. We'll go ahead and finish the renovation in the kitchen. We're thinking maybe a black tile on the floor and then some white backsplash and then stainless steel appliances. We'll go ahead and change out lights, fix windows, window blinds, paint the doors, all these miscellaneous things as well, and that'll close out the kitchen down here. Now, as we work our way upstairs, we will have a hardwood finisher come in and finish the stairs, as well as we get up to the top. Two out of the three bedrooms need the hardwood floor still refinished, and the third bedroom needs a little bit of touch up, but nothing crazy, as the previous owner already started refinishing the floors. Now, the bathroom upstairs will be a full gut. We want to make this property very nice, as we're going for a little bit of a higher end look, higher end rental rate as well. So we'll rip out everything and go in with new tub with subway tile, sliding glass door, new vanity, and new floor tile as well. Now, the other side of the unit is tenant occupied currently, so we had to give them notice to move out. We gave them 60-day notice since they're on a month-to-month lease. And that side is in a little bit rougher condition. So we're going to have a demo crew come in, demo that entire side, and we'll do the exact same finishes that we did on the vacant side in the currently tenant occupied side as well. Now, as we walk around the outside, we'll do some minor fixes and cleanup. We'll power wash the outside of the house. We'll paint the railing on the front porch, replace the security doors. And then in the backyard, we'll go ahead and have a landscaping crew come through, clean up all the brush. We'll put a 6-foot privacy fence around the whole building and probably do something with the parking pad as well, since it's all destroyed. Both sides currently don't have central air, so we will also throw in central air on both sides as well to add to the feel that this is a higher end rental unit and hopefully increase rental rates a little bit. Now, this is in a little bit of a lower income neighborhood. However, we want to renovate this property to be the condition that will be necessary for getting top rents 5 years from now. And that way we don't have to renovate it again to get the top rents 5 years from now. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, 1-bath on each side, and we believe if we do a high-end renovation on it, we can get $1,200 a side in rent. If not, we can do probably $1,000 a month in rent per side, and our break even on this property is $800 a month per side. So now that I've kind of given you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to do on this property, and while I will of course update you guys with future videos as we progress, as we get a little bit more of an idea of what we're going to do and as work gets completed, let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers together. I will go ahead and pop over to my computer screen here and walk you through the spreadsheet that I use to help me calculate the numbers on this deal, and I'll show you the returns that we hope to get from this property. Okay, so as you guys can see here, I have my little spreadsheet that I put all my numbers into when I'm analyzing a rental property, and this helps me figure out if it's a good deal. So over here we have the purchase price of the property, which we paid $160,000 for it. Once again, it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath on each side. One side is partially renovated, and then the other side is in pretty rough shape. Our closing costs on the loan was $2,739, and we plan to budget around $35,000 for this renovation. Now, my partner and I plan to live on one side of this property, and therefore we got a primary residence loan, which was a low down payment, 95% loan to value, which means we only put 5% down on the property. It had a 3.875 interest rate, a 30-year term, and the principal interest comes out to $714 on it. Now we have over here the current income expenses and then the pro forma income and expenses, so income here and pro forma expenses down here. And then we have the property tax rate, vacancy rate, and then a few other miscellaneous things over here. And then on the second tab here is where we have the rent roll, which is the current rents and the pro forma rents. So right now, current rents are obviously 0 on the vacant side and they're $640 on the occupied side. However, I'm using this to see kind of worst case scenario, best case scenario rents. And so if we come over here and look at the current income and expenses, we see that current income is $2,000, which would be the $1,000 per side. In Columbus, Ohio, I budget $20 a person for water. So the landlord pays water most of the time in Columbus. So that is $60 per side or $120 total. I use a vacancy rate of 5%. Taxes are 2.22% of the purchase price in Columbus. Gas and electric are on the tenants. Insurance is $75 a month. Management, I will manage the property myself. And then maintenance and CapEx is either 5% of the rents or no less than $100. So 5% of the rents in this case is $100 for maintenance and for CapEx. And finally, we have some miscellaneous expenses down here. So we can come over to the top and see what that leaves us with. So if we have $45,000 in the deal, at $1,000 a month in rent per side, we'll have a per unit cash flow of $230 a month for a total of $460, which is a cash on cash return of 12%, which is okay, not a great return. I usually like to look for about 15%. However, this deal has some value add on it where if we put in around $40,000, the property is going to be worth around $250, so about $50,000 worth of value add. Not a crazy deal, but it was an okay one. Now things get a little bit more interesting if we can push for the top dollar rents in the market, which I don't like to aim for. I like to be a little bit more conservative. However, I do think we have a good chance of getting $1,200 a side in this market, which with pretty much the same expenses, which is $120 for water per month. Once again, 5% vacancy rate on the new rents, which is now $120 a month. Taxes will not increase because I'm going to file for a tax abatement on this property. The market we're buying in is a 15-year, 100% tax abatement. And so I have no reason to believe we can't get that for our property. Insurance will stay the same at $75. Gas and electric, once again covered by the tenant, management by myself. And then maintenance and CapEx is 5% each of the new rent, which is $2,400 a month, as we see over here. And now if we take that back up to the top, that's a per unit cash flow of $400 or $800 total, and a cash on cash of 21%, which is phenomenal. That's what we really like to see, at least over 15% cash on cash. So that would be great if we can hit those $1,200 a month per side rents. Now, currently I don't charge a management fee because my partner signs the debt on the loan, and in return, I manage the property. However, when we refinance this, if my name goes on the debt at that point in time, I would charge around an 8% management fee. So if we throw that in there, we can see that at $1,200, it's still a pretty dang good return at 16%. It's not too good at the $1,000 a month rates. However, the nice thing is I'm grabbing that 8% management fee while also still getting an 8% return on my money in the deal. Now, another thing we can look at here is what would happen if we refinance this property. So once we have all our money in the deal, it would be interesting if we could do a cash out refinance. So let's take a look at that. A cash out refinance would be a 75 loan to value in my area. I will go ahead and get rid of the $35,000 in rehab cost and put $250 as the new appraised value, with probably about the same closing costs. Interest rate will be around 4%, 30-year. So at this point, we can see that we cannot refinance and take cash out at a $250 valuation. It just won't cash flow anymore, and it's not worth it. Now, we could if we're getting $1,200 a month, as I like to see at least $100 per unit in cash flow, preferably more like $150. So what we might want to consider here is, well, what if we only do a 65 loan to value, which means we're borrowing less money? Well, then at the pro forma rent rates, we'd be doing just fine. And so that is something we'd be interested in. Now, one other thing to consider is we currently have a loan of $150-ish thousand. We have renovation costs of $35,000. So if we refinance at a 65% loan to value, we're getting a new loan of $162,000, which would only give us $12,000 back in cash, which really doesn't make it worth it. And so what we'll want to look at is what loan to value makes it worth it. So a 72% loan to value gives me the $150 per side I want at the pro forma rents, and a new loan of $180,000, which would pay off my current loan and put $30,000 back in my partner and my pocket, which is almost all of our money out from the renovation. Now, if we're only getting $1,000 a month in rent, we most likely can't refinance, or can't at least do a cash out refinance, because it won't be enough to cover our cash flow. So that's why this deal is only an okay deal. It cash flows great, but depending on the amount of rents we get, we may or may not be able to take our money back out after this renovation. So guys, that's my spreadsheet. This is what I use for the simple 2 to 4 unit deals. Helps me just quickly analyze and see what the numbers will come out to be. Now keep in mind, this is only the cash on cash return. We're also getting about $200 a month in principal pay down on the loan that the tenants would be paying. And then I get tax benefits at the end of the year, writing off the repairs and other expenses on the property, as well as the potential appreciation on this property. Now, this property is located in a neighborhood called Southern Orchards, technically just south of Southern Orchards, and that neighborhood is expected to appreciate around 8% year over year. Now, with the virus going on, who knows what's going to happen? I don't bank on appreciation, but it is an up-and-coming neighborhood with a lot of renovation in the area. And so we hope to make some money on that front as well. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was both educational and a little bit entertaining for you today. My partner and I are super excited to get started on this project, so I will definitely keep you guys updated as we progress through it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, once again, like this video if you haven't already, as well as subscribe if you're new to the channel. And with that said, everyone, thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.